Velina mai ke aloha kākou. On today's Ola Ka Hāloa, we talk to one of my favorite people in the world about what she is up to and her work in supporting our artists. We also learn about a hui of organizations that have formed to support our Native Hawaiian entrepreneurs. We are also going to get a glimpse into our Homestead community and the innovation that is happening there. And finally, with everyone proudly flying their Hawaiian flags at their homes, on the back of their trucks, we get some insight into the origin of our Hawaiʻi. And I bet you don't know the ali'i that designed that flag that we all know and love today. So stay tuned. Whether it is that you know this artist from her prolific catalog of music and her incredible leo, or you know her from her community work supporting Mo'okiha, the Maui Island Wa'akaulua, or her work with Native arts and culture, or you may know her from her Hanaialiʻi fine wines collection. Well, everyone knows Amy Hanaialiʻi Gilliom because she is that and much more. Recently, Amy became the president of HARA, the Hawaii Academy of Recording Arts. They are most famously known for hosting the Nahoku Hano Awards that celebrates excellence in the music produced here in Hawaii. Join me in a conversation with Amy Hanaialiʻi Gilliom. E aloha, Amy. Pehea oi.
Mai ka'i, mahalo, thank you.
And where are you calling in from today?
From beautiful Maui. It's beautiful outside today.
Oh, mai ka'i. You know, Amy, you're such a bright light, you know, amongst our people, you know, for all the work that you do and for sharing your leo, not only with us here in Hawaii, but, you know, all across the world. And now you've taken on a new role, right? You're now the president of HARA, right? And can you tell us a little bit about what you guys are doing now?
One of the number one things has been helping us with a program called Ola to bring medical to our entertainers. So we've been doing census through our academy. Who has diabetes, who has high blood pressure, who has this. So we're almost at the very, very final stages of getting medical for our entertainers. And then the COVID hit.
Right.
Yeah, and then the COVID hit, and we were just like, we were just scrambling. And a lot of people don't realize that HARA is a nonprofit. We took the most memorable moments of the Nahoku Hano Awards, and Pale Ka'ehue, who is one of our past presidents, graciously helped me direct it and cut it for me. And Gaylord Holomalia was in the thick of all the old archival footage. And as we kept going, we were like, oh my gosh, this footage is amazing. I mean, Auntie Melvine Lee, she's in her 20s, Auntie Lowell Garner,
wow.
Robert Rowland, they're just sitting at the piano, just talking, story playing. You hardly ever see footage of Dennis Pavao and Hui Ohana there, right. Uncle Ned. Of course, the original members of Mana'o Company. And it's just the special, it makes you cry, it makes you laugh. It's been on 2 times already, and now this last third was just this past Sunday. But it's just such an endearing moment of where HARA started to where it is now. We're over 40 years old already. Hawaii
Wow.
Academy of Recording Arts, yeah. They can go to harahawaii.com, HARA.com. We have a landing page where you can do donations right online through PayPal or Venmo or eMaster credit, major credit cards. What I like about the special is that it takes you back, and it's this generation now that maybe has never seen any of that footage, especially of you know, he's the moment where Makaha Sons came on stage.
Oh, yeah.
And he was crying and, you know, on his oxygen, and just those real pivotal moments in the history of Hawaiian music that they probably never saw because they weren't even born yet.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So I'm kind of in the middle. I'm kind of old school, but, you know, I'm kind of in the middle. So those moments I thought Hawaii should really see. I thought at this particular time in the history of this pandemic, give them really good memories that make them feel good and remember those days.
Well, Amy, thank you so much. What I've appreciated about you from throughout the time that I've watched you, over the years, and what I've always loved about you is that you've always used your platform, like you said, for the betterment of the Lahui.
Thank you for having me. I so appreciate it.
Yeah, no, love you, and I hope you're doing well on Maui.
Yep.
And we'll talk together soon.
Okay.
Again.
Thank you.
Aloha.
Aloha to you.
In mid-March, a hui consisting of Native Hawaiian Chambers of Commerce, the Office of Hawaiian Affairs, the Liliuokalani Trust, and Kamehameha Schools gathered to assess the status and needs of Native Hawaiian entrepreneurs. This hui then launched the Native Hawaiian Business Survey in April, and the results are in and were compiled and report released last week. Here to tell us more about the work of this hui and the impacts this pandemic has had on Native Hawaiian entrepreneurs, we welcome Sydney Kealiʻipuleole from the Native Hawaiian Chambers of Commerce and OHA's Sterling Wong. E aloha mai, Sydney. Pehe oi. How are you?
Very good this morning. Aloha mehana. I'm a board member of the Native Hawaiian Chamber of Commerce, and it's a chamber of commerce that is located on Oahu. But let me just talk a little bit more about that, mehana. There are actually 4 Native Hawaiian Chamber of Commerces. We're not chapters of each other, we're all independent. So we have the Oahu Chamber of Commerce, we have the Maui Chamber of Commerce, we have the Kauai Chamber of Commerce, and the newest one, Hawaii Island. And all of them have their own set of officers and board of directors. We represent about 700 chamber members, individuals, as well as business owners. Our members are mostly Native Hawaiian, but we also have some non-Native Hawaiian business and individual members as well. We want to be the voice of our Native Hawaiian businesses. What that means is we can express their issues going forward to the larger community, and we also would like to be able to advocate and support them. When I say advocacy, I mean at the legislature, want to provide them with links to education resources, to business development resources, and we connect our members to each other as well, and connect them to outside resources. So that's what really this coalition is about, between us as chambers and OHA and Kamehameha Schools and Liliuokalani Trust. We connected up in this coalition to help our members, to help ourselves, number one, understand what our members are experiencing as a result of COVID-19. So we're very grateful to OHA and the Trust for providing the professional services to create this survey. The calling center is manned by Liliuokalani Trust staff, and actually with cooperation from OHA staff too. So a business can call in, and we'll give them the contact information on this recording. The businesses can link in, call in, contact the calling center. There will be staff there that can walk them through the various pertinent programs, help them fill out the application, determine if they're qualified, and maybe refer them to other programs they didn't even think of. So we found that this is one of the problems with our small businesses because of their lack of time. Maybe the technology skills aren't available to them, and we're so grateful for Liliuokalani Trust to provide this service for the Native Hawaiian business community.
So what the Office of Hawaiian Affairs is doing with this Native Hawaiian business survey generally follows the same process we use to meet our mandate of helping our people, the Native Hawaiian people. And how do you help Native Hawaiians? Well, first you really have to understand what their needs are. And that's why at the Office of Hawaiian Affairs, we put such a high premium on getting data. We like to say that the better the data, the better the decisions we have. So how do we help our people during a pandemic? How do we help our people during the coronavirus? Well, first of all, we really need to understand how this coronavirus, this sort of once in a generation thing that we'll probably only deal with hopefully once in our lifetimes, how is it impacting our people? And so that's why we've put, during this pandemic, such an emphasis on trying to get data so we can best utilize our resources to help our people, and meet their needs in the most effective, efficient way possible. And so we conducted this survey during April, and I think the results of it are amazing. We've got a tremendous response. It was a really robust survey, over 1,000 responses from Native Hawaiian businesses and non-Native Hawaiian businesses as well. So we got about 85% of the responses came from Native Hawaiian businesses, about 15% from non-Native Hawaiian businesses. So I think, this survey may be perhaps the best sort of survey and assessment we have of the impacts of COVID on Native Hawaiian businesses, or any businesses for that matter. So the data here is really important. It's really going to help not just the Ali'i Trust, Liliuokalani Trust, Kamehameha Schools, and OHA in helping our beneficiaries. It can really help the state altogether in helping all businesses and the overall economy as well. So about 60% of Native Hawaiian businesses who responded to our survey reported some sort of decrease in revenue over the first quarter of the year due to COVID-19 compared to the first quarter of last year. And that amounted to about a median drop at about $10,000 in revenue. And so that has a big impact on our Native Hawaiian businesses. So what the report shows is that Native Hawaiian businesses can play a key role in the initial stages of Hawaii's economic recovery. And that's largely because Native Hawaiian businesses seem to be less dependent on tourism. And so as tourism is going to be the last industry that's going to be opened up. So as our local economy starts to open up and local businesses start to open up, they're going to be the major players in increasing employment. Native Hawaiian businesses are going to play a key role in that because we're so much less dependent on the tourism industry. And so I think that's something really that local decision makers need to look at. Like, if you want to invest in a quicker recovery of the local economy, investing in Native Hawaiian businesses is something we should really consider looking at because we can play a key role in that recovery. In addition, the Office of Hawaiian Affairs is working with Liliuokalani Trust and Kamehameha Schools to do a new survey in which we want to assess local mana'o about what Hawaii's economy should look like post-COVID. So if you have mana'o about industries that you think we should invest more in and industries that we should maybe move away from, definitely participate in this survey, provide your mana'o. You can look for it on oha.org. And definitely share your mana'o so we can really think about how we can move forward together as a community.
Over the last 20 years, there has been a growing presence of our high Hawaii everywhere that Native Hawaiians are. Whether it is flying proudly at our homes, or on the back of our trucks, or carried in our marches, or sung about by thousands of people, our high Hawaii has been a symbol of aloha aina, aloha for our one hanau, and aloha for the lahui Hawaii. Here to share the mo'olelo of Kakaako Haialoha is Laiana Kanoa-Wong.
Aloha mehana, aloha ka lahui. O wau I hola ke ia o Laiana Kanoa-Wong no ka pālama o Ahu. I kia manawa ke noho nei ma wai manalo me ku'u ohana. And our High Hawaii has a very special history. Not a lot of people know, but it was created at the request of our mo'i, Kamehameha Ekahi. And Kamehameha Ekahi, we always think about him as this amazing war general and battle strategist, but he was also an amazing diplomat and a great thinker and strategist in so many other ways. And as he's engaging with foreign powers coming to Hawaii, he sees these symbols high being flown aboard their ships. And of course, in our traditional times, we didn't have high, but we had symbols that mark significant areas. We had, of course, our kahili. We had, of course, a pulo'ulo'u. And even if you go a little bit more rustic, we had la'i, hau, different elements that would just mark special spaces. So he understood this concept of special markings and like kahili in particular, specific to certain ali'i. On his final voyage in 1794, Captain Vancouver gifts Kamehameha the Red Ensign. Now the Red Ensign is a flag that has the Union Jack in the upper corner, but the entire field is red. And so it's a unique flag to the British Navy. Kamehameha received this flag. He loves this flag. He sees it as a special gift, a special offering. And he would fly it at his hale, sometimes when he was going to battle, but he had this high. Now once all of the conquest of Hawaii is concluded, and of course, as we know, the Moko Keawe, Hawaii Island unifies Hawaii, and that is why we are called Hawaii today, is because Kamehameha is a Kohala chief, a Hawaii Island chief. Hawaii Island unifies all of our Pai'aina under one. He immediately has our people turn back to the Aina, turn back to the soil, huli kalima I lalo, mahi ai, malama or loko ia. But he also sees a need to build more unity. Now we're not these island chiefdoms, and now we're one Pai'aina, ko Hawaii Pai'aina. And so he wants a symbol created. And so he commissions the High Hawaii to be created. And he has George Beckley, Captain George Beckley, and Captain George Simpson, Alexander Simpson. He has these two advisors help him to create and craft our High Hawaii. And so it's safe to assume that right around 1816 is the origins of the high that we know today. Now, there are different variations in mo'olelo of different color patterns, the number of stripes, sometimes 8, sometimes 9. About 1845, the high is standardized. So now there's no more 9 stripes, 7 stripes. No, everything is gonna be 8 stripes. The flag is gonna be 8 by 16. So it's basically the height and the width. The width is double the height. So our flag is a little bit different than the high that we see today. But they standardize the High Hawaii, and they make that the known flag, and they fly it throughout the Pai'aina. Whenever our ali'i would travel, that would be the high that was taken with them. As we fast forward to now, and we see our beautiful High Hawaii, we need to remember all of these stories, this connections to our ali'i, this connection to our sovereign nation being born, to Kamehameha e Kahi. But there's a beautiful, in the Nupepa ke Ko'o Hawaii, I think there's one of the most beautiful ways that they captured it. And it goes, he hai ho'ai lona ia, no ka holomua, ka maluhia, ka lokahi a me ke aloha. And again, translated, our flag represents holomua, or progress. Maluhia, or peace, the wars are done. Lokahi, unity, our lahui is one, as one ohana now. And of course, aloha. Aloha is our superpower. It's what makes us unique. And the flag represents all of those things. So I love that. He hai ho'ai lona ia no ka holomua, ka maluhia, ka lokahi a me ke aloha. And you even see, like in our kupuna loved our flag so much. Whenever we see the flag, we should think about the things that make us proud. We are a special lahui. We are a special people. And the high is a great reminder of aloha aina. And that's our superpowers, aloha and aloha aina. And so when we see the high, think about those things.
Hey Tutu, try look this article in Kawaiʻola.
Well, that? I saw that online already. Kawaiʻola is online now at kawaiʻola.news with bonus features like video, photo albums, and 40 years of stories on our lahui.
Wow.
You never know. Get with the times, boy.
There will be luau again soon, and family gatherings. There will be hula festivals, sporting events, and concerts. To help our communities when they come back together, respond to the 2020 census now. Spend a few minutes online today to impact the next 10 years of healthcare, infrastructure, and education. Go to 2020census.gov and respond today to make Hawaii's tomorrow brighter. It's time to shape our future. Paid for by U.S. Census Bureau.
Heard you have a new process of voting this year. I don't vote, bro. It's so easy. All you gotta do is register by July 9th, get the ballot in the mail, fill them out, send them back. No lines, no poll stations, just you and your kuleana.
The only kuleana I have is become the next big MMA fight.
You think that's kuleana?
Lima McFarland.
Quote, it's our kuleana, our right and responsibility. Before you represent Hawaii in the cage, make sure you represent your people with your ballot.
COVID-19 has taught us what is really essential in our lives. Toilet paper? Yep, that's essential. An affordable place to live? That's essential. Steady jobs are essential. How do we get those things? By voting Pono leaders into office who stand up for what's important. This year, Hawaii will shift to an all-mail-in voting process. Register to vote by July 9th at olvr.hawaii.gov to receive your ballot in the mail. Vote. It's essential.
The Sovereign Council of Hawaiian Homestead Associations, established in 1987, is the oldest and largest self-governing federation of homestead associations. Their work is entirely dedicated to the sovereignty and self-determination of Hawaiian homesteaders. And they do that work by advocating, educating, leadership development, convening, and through their nonprofit. Here to share the work of the SHA is their chairman, Robin Puanani Danner. Aloha mai, Robin. Mahalo for joining us today. Pehe oi, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Aloha from Anahola, Kauai.
Oh, mahalo. Eo anahola. So Robin, you guys are doing amazing work, right, throughout the Pai'aina. Can you share with us some of that work that you guys are doing?
Well, it's really, I have the good fortune, I get to be the SHA chairman, the Sovereign Council of Hawaiian Homestead Association. Well, it's really an organization, so I'm certainly standing on some pretty big shoulders, but I have an awesome team. Our homesteaders elected. Yes, homestead leaders are really coming into our own, I think. And we're also embracing wholly our responsibility. And although, we were blessed by a fluke of Congress, and not a good thing, that created that blood quantum, we have embraced fully that we have a responsibility to the entire Lahu, not just to the tens of thousands, yes, that meet that blood quantum, but we have a responsibility to all Native Hawaiians, no matter what the blood quantum is. And we're doing some pretty exciting policy initiatives around that concept of blood quantum. It used to be very painful to talk about Mehana. It's not anymore. It's exciting to talk about because I think we're starting to come into our own in understanding that that no one's coming to save us, that it's us. We have mokupuni leaders on every island. We have a 22-member policy team. And then about 11 years ago, SHA birthed a CDC, a Community Development Corporation, a nonprofit, a statewide nonprofit called the Homestead Community Development Corporation. It's 11 years old now, it's very mature. Last year, we founded Hawaiian Lending and Investments, a community development financial institution. Kind of like a bank without the deposits. We're able to make loans without all of the chains of regulatory issues. We get to create the loan criteria. And so with those two nonprofits under the SHA implementing the vision of our leaders across the state, it's really exciting times, very exciting times. Homestead leaders said we need to bring big time resources, capital to farmers and ranchers so that we can get back to more productivity island by island, growing our own food, growing our own livestock. And so that really launched our loan fund, was with ranching and farming loans. And then OHA comes and partners, unstoppable. With that kind of partnership, it became unstoppable. And so OHA believed in our client-based approach to financial literacy, not as a counseling, like we need counseling. Our people are so amazing. We don't need counseling. We need financial assessment and then hooking up the situations of each of our families to the opportunities based on those financial assessments. And so OHA, our partnership with OHA, it's not even a year old yet, and we are delivering financial assessments based on a 7-point well-being of your household finances, whether that be credit score, whether that be savings amounts, etc. And then on top of that, because of OHA, we're also doing a savings match program where if families, Native Hawaiian families, homesteaders or not homesteaders, want to save for a particular goal, maybe it's to increase credit, or maybe it's to decrease debt in order to increase credit, or maybe it's a down payment on purchasing a home or starting a business, to participate in the pop-up makeke. There's a savings match, 2-to-1 match. You save $1, we match with OHA funding $2. And so we are right in the middle of that. We're investing in our people. These are real, stable, exciting investments, because what I can tell you is just the last 6, 7, 8 months of working with OHA and working with the families that are in the savings match program, working in the our financial literacy program, our foreclosure prevention program. We're a strong people. I mean, we should not believe the things that are said about us, and then sometimes we say about ourselves. It's really not true. Mehana, I can't wait to share with your OHA leadership. One of the things that the young kids of the Shaw put together was a homestead unit self-quarantine program. They developed it, launched it inside of 10 days, and they are pumping out $7,500 low interest loans. Payments run $90 a month to build essentially a backyard bedroom, a comfort shed that 10 by 12, which is bigger than most bedrooms inside of our homes in the backyards. And I can't wait to send you some of the really inspiring pictures of family members building these husk units to help their kupuna, help their families to weather this pandemic and be able to social distance while still being together.
That's such a great innovation, and you matched the need of our people with the capital necessary in order to effectuate that, and you have a willing group of people who are like, how is it that we can still maintain caring for our kupuna and our household members during this time? Such a great example of innovation. Mahalo nui for that.
And making good use of our allotments for everybody, for family members near and far.
Well, mahalo nui for that. We'll see you soon. Aloha.
Thank you, and aloha to the Office of Hawaiian Affairs.
E kalahui e. Mahalo for joining us for this episode of Ola Ka Hāloa. As we leave you all tonight, I want to send our aloha from the team here at Ola Ka Hāloa to the ohana of the iconic Uncle Willie K and the incredibly talented Kaulana Pakele. They were great men. We mahalo them and are extremely lucky to have their legacy, their music, with us forever. E Ola Ka Hāloa o ka ohana ka Hanaialiʻi. E Ola Ka Hāloa o ka ohana Pakele. E Ola.